And Sammy, our trade topics first, though. Ding, ding, which will last longer? The Tyson fighter Steve's lead into the story.
Even if this was a 12-rounder, might still be a close call. These quotes from Mike Tyson Saturday. It will be no match for me when I am ready. I will pretty much destroy him when I am ready. I will rip his heart out and feed it to him. I want to eat your children. Iron Mike was talking about heavyweight champion Lennox Lewis after his Glasgow, Scotland bout with Lou Savarese, which lasted about as long as it just took me to say Glasgow, Scotland. Savarese dropped like a sack of wet haggis by a Tyson left hook 12 seconds in. Tyson then hits Savarese twice more before referee John Coyle abruptly and somewhat controversially stopped it at 38 seconds of the first round. Savarese said he was ready to continue but wouldn't question the referee's judgment. Savarese afterwards hospitalized for an ankle he apparently injured while falling to the canvas. Tyson earns $8 million for his 38 seconds. Not a bad gig. Savarese, $850,000. Tyson's record now 48-3 with 1 no contest, 42 knockouts. But when is he going to be ready for current champ Lennox Lewis?
I was going to rip his heart out. I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Lennox is a conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody as ruthless. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from Nairclaw. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. I want to eat his children. Praise be to Allah.
I felt I was ready to continue. You know, the referee is a great referee. He's been around a long time, so, you know, you don't ever want to question their judgment. But, you know, as a fighter, you always think you're ready to fight. I can't, you know, of course, I'm highly disappointed. I trained so hard for this fight for 4 months. I'm in great shape, but, you know, it can happen to get caught, unfortunately.
The fastest knockout in Tyson's career was 30 seconds against Marvis Frazier back in July of '86. Of all the fighters who've held the undisputed heavyweight crown, Tyson's first-round knockout percentage of 41% is by far the best, well ahead of Jack Dempsey's 33%. Tyson has 21 first-round knockouts in 51 career fights. More on this fight later on SportsCenter, and if promoter Frank Warren did not get attacked by Mike Tyson as he insists, then what happened to his eye? Jeremy Schaap asked that question coming up later.
Champion Mike Tyson clobbered Lou Savarese, sending him to the mat just 12 seconds into the fight. The referee then stopped things just 38 seconds into round 1. Tyson improved to 48-3 with 42 knockouts. Just 38 seconds for Mike Tyson to pick up the 42nd knockout of his career. Iron Mike knocked Lou Savarese down 12 seconds into the fight, and the referee stopped things 26 seconds later.
38 seconds. Based on the Big Bang Theory's cosmic calendar, that equates back roughly to the invention of agriculture. By Mike Tyson's Big Bang of Lou Savarese theory, 38 seconds is pretty much a TV commercial plus 8 seconds. Frank Warren, the promoter of Saturday's bout, who, according to all the London tabloids, put up an equally lame effort in a fight with Iron Mike over a jewelry bill earlier in the week, finally showed himself. Had no trouble finding a seat. There were about 20,000 empties. Jeremy Schaap discussed all these things, including that bloodied right eye with Warren.
Frank, why did you choose not to attend the press conference and the weigh-in?
I couldn't attend the press conference nor the weigh-in because there were 2 court cases going on as a result of Mike Tyson's last visit, which I was needed for, as input into you know, the lawyers and so forth. So I spent my time down in London.
Mike didn't attack you.
The newspaper that printed that article is being sued concerning aspects of that article that were highly libelous.
What is wrong with your eye?
When Mike Tyson came over last Sunday, I was wearing dark glasses when I met him. If anybody cares to bother, I mean, I'm sure you can dig the footage out of that. You see, I had the dark glasses on then.
What's the condition?
What condition?
In your eye.
It's a bloodshot eye.
From what?
Nothing to do with Mike Tyson.
The money that is owed the jewelers, was there an understanding that you would pay the bill?
No.
Does Mike owe them that money?
I think he is dealing with that.
Thank you, gang. This 38-second demolition tied for the 3rd quickest KO of Tyson's career. Iron Mike 4 other KOs in less than 40 seconds, all during his initial rise to the top. That included a 30-second sleeping pill that he gave Marvis Frazier in 1986. Tyson holds 2 of the 5 quickest knockouts in heavyweight title history. 91-second hammer on Michael Spinks in '88 and a 93-second 90-night of Carl the Truth Williams a year later. Mike Tyson recorded his 21st career first-round knockout with his 38-second pummeling of Lou Savarese. Wasn't even the quickest disposal of an opponent by Iron Mike, who's had 2 quicker KOs, 30 seconds and 37 seconds.
But did you know the quickest knockout in professional boxing history is 8 seconds? Ricky Parkey over Broderick Mason. It was a cruiserweight battle, December of '84, a one-punch KO where even the referee's count was stopped at 5. FYI to the DYK, Mike Tyson once had a 9-second knockout. That would be a KO in the Junior Olympics.
Is a respected boxing trainer and commentator. When asked earlier this week how he saw the Mike Tyson-Lou Savarese fight going, he said Tyson will walk through him like he's not even there. Atlas is a New Yorker like both boxers, and he once challenged Tyson to a fight when he trained him. So his opinion carried weight, and it was right on the money. Oh, a very brief encounter in Glasgow. Tyson knocked Savarese to the canvas with a left hook to the temple just 11 seconds into the fight. Savarese got off the floor and was then pummeled by rights and lefts. 38 seconds into the first round, the fight was over, kaput, said, and done with. Tyson wins the fight and shows the type of emotional intensity afterwards that might give Lennox Lewis second thoughts about matching up with Iron Mike Tyson down the road.
I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Lennox is a conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody as ruthless. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from Nairclaw. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. I want to eat his children.
As a fighter, you always think you're ready to fight. I can't, you know, of course, I'm highly disappointed. I trained so hard for this fight for 4 months. I'm in great shape, but, it can happen to get caught, unfortunately.
Well, Tyson has been emotional all week because of the death of his best friend back in Brooklyn. Plenty has been written about his declining skills, but he still has the ability to hurt an opponent quickly, maybe the last skill to leave a boxer. Lou Savarese lasts 8 seconds longer than Marvis Frazier did 14 years ago. Now, Lennox Lewis has to really think twice about giving Mike Tyson a shot.
Savarese, which would turn out to be $8 million a minute. We have the still photos. 12 seconds in, and Tyson has already decked Savarese with a left hook. Tyson going after him one more time, and the ref steps in and says, enough is enough. And Mike Tyson is the winner in very quick fashion. 38 seconds to be exact. Thanks, Lou, for showing up. Many of the 20,000 fans who did show up on a cold night in Glasgow, Scotland, booed the early stoppage. Tyson's had only 12 fights over the past 10 years. He says now he wants Lennox Lewis and the Lewis family, which you'll understand after you hear the sound bites here. But the post-fight rant went longer than the bout itself.
I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Lennox is a conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody as ruthless. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from Nairclaw. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. I want to eat his children.
Oh, my goodness. All right, he's Alexander, he's Liston, he's Dempsey, he's Sybil, he's Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. 38 seconds, tied for the third quickest KO of Tyson's career. This explains it all. Chris, take it.
Sybil.
Thanks, Bob. In case you missed it last night, and if you blinked, you might have missed it. Mike Tyson in the ring in Scotland, and this did not last very long as the bout with Lou Savarese, well, it was over in 38 seconds as the ref steps in. First round KO for Mike Tyson. Back in the States, baseball.
Welcome to today's edition of the Sports Reporters from our home in the ESPN zone in the heart of Times Square. We'll be discussing those subjects and more with Bill Rhoden of the New York Times, who saw Mike Tyson destroy Marvis Frazier. Mike Lippick of the New York Daily News, who saw Mike Tyson destroy Michael Spinks. And Bill Conlon of the Philadelphia Daily News, who saw Mike Tyson destroy Evander Holyfield's ear. Gentlemen, Mike Tyson hit Lou Savarese and the referee last night. Did he also hit bottom? Bill Conlon?
Well, he's already spent more time on the bottom than Jacques Cousteau, and after the fiasco in Glasgow, his down is a long way up.
Mike Lippick.
Oh, yeah, I think that elevator has several more stops to make before it finally hits bottom. But, you know what's amazing to me about Tyson after you see another fiasco like this? How he has spent as little time in jail, actually, as he has, because I think he is a dangerous, and I think he is an unstable person. And I have to say, it didn't look like the medication's working that great last night.
Bill Roden. You know, this is boxing. This is boxing, and nothing is too bizarre for boxing. In fact, in a bizarre way, this is probably going to make him even bigger. I mean, this incident and this knockout, I think, is going to make him. We're looking at the fight of the century now against somebody.
With all due respect,
disqualified? Shouldn't he have been disqualified?
Well, he had never knocked down a ref.
Yeah.
That's one thing he had room for in his dossier.
And he didn't
now
bite
he's
the
knocked
ref.
down a ref.
Yeah. Right, he didn't bite the guy. He didn't bite
Well, with Tyson, you grade him against his own
But what he
curve.
said after the fight, I mean, I think is as bad as anything he did during that.
Right.
When he talked about, when he said to Lennox Lewis, "I want to eat your children."
Right.
Now, if he didn't have such an oral history, it might not be as vicious.
How about I want to eat your children? Praise Allah. You know, imagine how proud the Muslims were last night in addition to everybody else. Right. And for him, I swear, it seemed like a normal transition. It just seemed like a normal segue because, you know, you would say when you look at what Tyson has become, the clown act that he's become, well, maybe this is some sort of plan he has to market himself as a WWF figure, but I don't think he thinks things out that way, Dick. I think it just comes out.
Michael, doesn't this English promoter, Frank Warren, make Don King look like Albert Schweitzer?
But these are the kind of gigs he gets until he gets into the ring with Lennox Lewis. These are the kind of gigs he's going to get. Now they're actually talking about him fighting Galata next.
Yeah, won't that be a
I think that's the natural. That's what people will pay to see.
People are going to pay to see that. People are going to pay tons of money to see Lennox Lewis, Mike Tyson fight. And guess what? Tyson will beat him.
Yeah, but here's the other thing. There's always been this idea out there that this is really still the only heavyweight that people care to see. Well, if that's true, if he's such an attraction, how come there were so many empty seats last night for that fight?
The strange thing is that the people of Scotland didn't want him there, and they protested everything. But the ones who went to the ring cheered for him. It was the smart ones who stayed out.
Well, I mean, the smart ones who stayed out is just another reason to love Scotland.
You know, the amazing thing is that within the same week that Sugar Shane Mosley and Oscar De La Hoya fought an absolutely brilliant fight, that this bum can keep his flame still burning in our firmament.
But why are we trying to wrap this morality around the sport? I mean, the De La Hoya and Sugar Shane fight, which was a great fight, was a very violent fight. It was a very violent fight.
It was an actual sporting event,
but it was a violent fight. We're talking about a violent.
By definition, all fights are violent.
But Bill, I'm not trying to wrap this sport in morality. I never have, and you know, I'm not trying to wrap the whole idea of boxing in morality. Tyson is a separate issue. He's even in boxing. The amazing thing about boxing.
There's some bad guys now.
I understand.
I mean, you know.
For Tyson, he actually does look like a rogue cop in boxing, which is really saying something.
Because remember, we talked about even Floyd. Floyd Patterson is a great guy, but Floyd was a little nuts. You know, Floyd's a great guy, though. He's a friendly guy, and his stuff was turned more internally. Tyson's insanity is turned more outwardly.
You have to be a little nuts to start with to think you can beat up anybody in the world in a fair fight. Because that's what you've got to believe if you're the heavyweight champion of the world.
If you look at, Sonny Liston, you know, and probably going all the way down to, you know, Marciano, Jack Johnson, guys have always had some type of problem. I guess when we get to talking about how bizarre Tyson is, he is bizarre. I'm saying that the context, as soon as you begin talking about boxing, you automatically, all bets are off in terms of the morality or the sanity and that kind. I mean,
he's lifted boxing to a new low.
Thanks, Dick. How far has Mike Tyson slipped from public view? I nearly forgot that Tyson had a fight this weekend. What an evolution. Remember when the mere idea of a Tyson fight created a buzz? This wouldn't raise no more than the peep. Yet there's still this fascination with a life that's been like the Truman Show. We've seen Tyson, the teenage thug, the failed Olympic hopeful, the pulverizing heavyweight, the jailbird, the convert, the man who bit Evander Holyfield's ear, the pug reduced to background music for a parade of new stars. Then came news from Scotland that Mellow Mike had knocked out Lou Savarese in only 38 seconds. Now, the knockout provides ammunition for hopes of a Tyson revival. Now, I realize one bullet doesn't constitute ammunition, but I'd like to see Tyson make a triumphant return, make one final graceful exit. Then we could turn the Tyson show off and everyone could get on with their lives.
If that was mild Mike, I'd love to see Mad Mike.
Good morning again. Chris McKendry and Larry Beal back for more, and the same can be said for Mike Tyson, who returned to the United Kingdom for his latest bout.
That little montage was almost longer than last night's fight. Iron Mike prepped by sparring with the media. We have some classic moments to bring you. Now, with Mike Tyson, you know, the pre-fight nonsense is often more entertaining than the bout itself. With reports swirling earlier in the week that Tyson had punched out the promoter over a $650,000 jewelry bill, the former champ joked that, he gives out $650 grand to some woman on the street. When asked by our intrepid reporter Jeremy Shepp what the woman's name was, Tyson responded, and we must quote, "What's your mama's name?" I told you it was a classic. Mike Tyson, one of the few men who can make John Rocker look like a deep thinker. All right, last night in Scotland, Lou Savarese in the ring, and he literally was on the ring in about 12 seconds, knocked down with a left hook, and Tyson with a ferocious barrage that actually continued after the bell and kept trying to hit Savarese even after this fight was clearly over. The referee, they had to pull Tyson off. Anyway, Tyson was declared the winner in a mere 38 seconds. So we thank Lou Savarese for showing up. Many of the 20,000 fans who did show up on the cold night in Scotland booed the early stoppage. Tyson says he wants to meet Lennox Lewis down the road. The post-fight rant went longer and actually was much more entertaining than this fight itself. Listen up.
I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Lennox is a conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody as ruthless. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from Nairclaw. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. I want to eat his children.
All right, and what's your mama's name? Yeah, anyway, just to clarify, Tyson wants to eat Lennox Lewis's children, not yours, America, so don't worry if you're watching at home. I'm not really sure if Lewis is scared or he's fallen down laughing after listening to Tyson rant and rave. Savarese fell down in 38 seconds, making it the third quickest KO of Tyson's career. I'm going to eat your children.
Many of the fans who endured a cold, rainy evening in Scotland was as expected. They were ticked and showered the place with a chorus of boos. Tyson picked up a check for $8 million, Savarese $850,000. Tyson now has set his sights on a heavyweight championship bout with Lennox Lewis, who holds the WBC and IBF titles.
I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Lennox is a conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody as ruthless. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from Nairclaw. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. I want to eat his children.
As a fighter, you always think you're ready to fight. I can't, you know, of course, I'm highly disappointed. I trained so hard for this fight for 4 months. I'm in great shape. But, you know, it can happen to get caught, unfortunately.
Tyson has been called everything from the devil to a disgrace. New York Times sports columnist Ira Berkow called him the closest thing we have to a national boogeyman. This from a guy who pushed over a referee to inflict potential life-threatening damage to Lou Savarese. You know, the fighter he pummeled in just 38 seconds Saturday night. If that wasn't enough to turn your stomach, then what Tyson said after about a possible fight with champion Lennox Lewis will.
I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Lennox is a conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody as ruthless. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from Nairclaw. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. I want to eat his children.
Hey, Mike, Lennox Lewis says he has no children. If you think you were disgusted with what Tyson said, here's how Lewis felt.
He has no right saying those kind of insulting things. Really, he's talking about eating my heart, eating my baby. He's got to eat my left and my right hand first. I analyzed what he says, and I realized what he says don't even carry no weight. The geezer's talking through his ear hole. In one breath, Tyson is saying he's coming for me. In the next second, he's saying he's not ready for me. So I'm sure he's not mentally there in the sense that he knows what he wants to do. I would hate to say and give up on the brother and say that he's mentally finished. But right now, he's got a lot of dramas in his life. And his life is basically a walking train wreck waiting to happen.
That's not all out of this stuff. A London justice has frozen part of Tyson's $8 million purse from Saturday's fight until the much-discussed jewelry bill, which reportedly caused an attack between Tyson and the fight's promoter Frank Warren, is paid up. Tyson ran up the bill before his first fight in Great Britain.
It's the one between Tyson and Warren, not the non-fight between Tyson and the late Lou Savarese. Was jewelry. So I am sure you're all going to sleep better tonight knowing that the former champion and the promoter with the mysteriously injured eye have settled their differences over their $600,000 jewelry bill. At the same time, Nevada boxing officials said if they do relicense Tyson's to box in that state, they will have special security to protect the referee, since Tyson Saturday hit the British ref after the referee stopped the bout.